What's up, everybody? Hey, it is Mike Whitmer with the Expansion Real Estate Group. Welcome to the very first monthly market update of 2023. I cannot believe it's 2023. Well, I wish you guys all had an amazing Christmas, Happy New Year. We had an amazing time. Noah got to come home from Virginia for 13 days. Got to spend some time with family. My parents were in town. Got to see Alita's family. We took the kids to Vegas. Just an awesome time, but we are super excited to roll into 2023. I think it's going to be a super interesting year, and I'm super excited to see what this market does. Before we jump into the stats, one quick announcement. We are going to be doing a Valentine's giveaway for this month in the first week of February. We already got a reservation at the Roaring Fork in Scottsdale. Awesome reservation, awesome place to go eat, dinner for two. Should be a great time, so keep an eye out for that. So, what has the market been doing? I don't know if the market's like us and had a New Year's resolution, but it came into January on fire. Let's take a look at these stats. So here's our old trusty favorite graph. A couple things I'm going to talk about here today, but if we look through here, we took our whole drop last year, but look at right here. We ended December at 88.3. We actually went up. The market corrected in December. That is super interesting. That looks like a little kind of jump here, but look at this. Look at this on the daily chart. We've been watching this for the whole year too. We saw the rapid decline. We saw it level off during the summer, and then rates jumped up around September, July, September, and it just was a free fall down in November. But look at this. The last 30 days of the year, that has been going straight up. Even into this year, it's been going up like crazy. So what I think is interesting is, I think what a really good piece of information, what you're starting to see here are all these dots. They're pretty clustered, right? For the past 2 years, we've seen these dramatic ups and downs and shifts. We're seeing a little bit more of stability, which is what we really want to see in a real estate market. We don't want these big up and downs and uncertainty. Really since the crash we had in 2008, we had some pretty big chunks there, but most of the time over these 22 years now, these dots are pretty close together. And that means things don't change that quickly. So I'm really excited to see that. So where are we at today? So today we're actually moved up again from that last chart. So we're at 104.8 today. And the biggest reason for this is this number over here. 69.6, that's our listing supply. Last month when we did this, we were at 80.6 on the supply. So we dropped almost 11 points on that supply. So inventory is dropping like crazy, but demand is staying the same. So what that's showing us is that people are just not listing their houses. The seller's been on the sideline. And so that number has dropped. Demand has went up a little bit, just a little bit of uptick in demand from 71.3 to 73. And I think that a little bit has to do with rates. Rates have stayed pretty steady since November. They kind of went from 6.5 down to 6.25. Right now on this chart, we're here at 6.8. This was last week. I'm sorry, 6.48. They actually went down a little bit this week too, so they're around 6.25 this week. So rates have been staying pretty steady. So that's also very good news. So we'll continue to watch these every single month and see what these two numbers do, because they determine that middle number there. One thing I think is interesting that I want to show you guys too is, what did the market do over the entire year? So this is the median sales price. Actually goes back to 2020. So you can see all the way through our big increase in values. We peaked out in May of last year at 480,000. That's the median sales price across the entire MLS. We ended the year at 415,000. So that's actually a 13.5% drop in values since we hit our high in May. But I think what's interesting, as this inventory drops, sellers are actually getting a little bit more optimistic, because this right here is the average list price per square foot. The last 2 weeks, this number is going up pretty quickly. So even though prices are dropping, seller's mindset is there's nothing on the market. I'm going to actually shoot for a higher price. We'll see how that works out, because this number can't go up at the same time this number goes down. That just doesn't work. So there'll have to be some sort of meeting in the middle. one thing too, I talked about this last month too, but it continued the trend again. Our overall sales volume is down a lot. We only did 3,059 resale transactions in December. That's down 50% from 2021. A 50% drop in just overall activity. Again, lack of listings, lack of demand, overall lack of production overall. Another interesting stat I want to share with you guys, I've been talking about pre-foreclosures. Pre-foreclosure sales are up 31% from December 21 to December 22. So again, something we really need to watch out as costs rise, as layoffs happen, as you know, especially people in the real estate industry. There's going to be a lot of people that just can't afford their bills, and that's going to be that might be a real problem this year. So we'll keep an eye on that as well. Shut this down here real quick. So I think what's going to be really interesting to see is this huge drop in inventory one of two things, or is it a combination? So is it just sellers are completely sitting on the sidelines because they got their 2.5 or 3% rate and they can't justify selling? Or was it the time of year? It's very common for us to have a drop in activity right around Christmas and New Year's because nobody wants to do anything because it's the holidays. So every year, I've been this for 22 years now, every year, like clockwork, the third week of January is when we start to see an increase in activity and listings. So I think by the time we do this video next month, I think we'll have a really good idea of kind of what's this market going to do, because it's kind of bipolar. Right now it's going up, it's going down, it's going back, it's going forth. We're just not sure where it's going to go. But I think as we kind of come into the spring, this first quarter is going to tell us a lot what 2023 might look like. So we don't predict anything here. We just kind of follow the stats, the numbers. And so stay tuned. But if you guys have any questions before next month, definitely reach out. I'm your guy. I'm here to help. Have a great day. See ya.